Mansour Parker not out on track. Pole position is held open. Cody Alberts will have Imad Modak on the inside, but just behind him. That position will be kept open. Wouldn't be surprised if Ian Long does go and indicate to them, listen, you have to keep this spot open. Ahmad blowing a fair amount of smoke before he comes off the line. Tracy Harris ahead of Johnson on that inside line. Back coming through. Chiara van Niekerk having won the Class E battle in heat number 1. Can she do it once again? Faris Manon bringing up the tail end of the field. New car driver combination with Ziad Ali a little bit further forward, also in Class X in the Mark 1 Golf. So at least 2 new car driver combinations out there once again, coming around pretty slowly. Fail to understand why they do that. The whole idea of a warm-up lap, Frank, is to warm everything up.
Yeah, try and get some heat in those tires. Remember that track temperature is way down, and you need to get some heat in that rubber if at all possible. The safety car was making its way out of turn 3 out of Interceptor corner. It's working its way up the Tigerberg straight towards turn 4 Car Care Clinic. It's now slowing down and waiting there for Cody Alberts and the rest of the Clubman's Field, Alberts and Modak and Ahmad, Harris, Johnson, and the rest of that talented Clubman's Field that you see between turn 3 and 4 working its way uphill to turn 4 Car Care Clinic, which is the highest part of Killarney racetrack.
I hope I'm not going to be a prophet of doom, but I expect to see problems going down in turn number 1. Cold slicks, cold semi-slicks going down into turn 1, 40 cars. That is a recipe for problems. They're holding the whole pack up now. Cody Albert's trying to get a bit of a gap between himself and the pace car, and they're literally idling along in second gear. Any temperature that they have created up until now will be gone. So you're literally going to come down to turn 1, cold brakes, cold tires, cold driver, and that does not bode very well. Keep an eye a little bit further back in the pack. Winner of heat number 1, Chiara van Niekerk of Class E. Can she pull off a double for the day? Not impossible. I don't think she's done a double win yet in class. Anwar Levy, Daniel Kutsia, Willem Swart, Paul Munich, Shane Smith, Baby Jakes, all there in that Class B battle. Class E, it's going to be Tristan Verkeil, Willie Goos, Peter Kannemeyer, Ryan Large, Chiara van Niekerk. Ryan Large, surely the biggest mountain to climb for Chiara to pick up top honors in the class with a double header for the day.
Gary Peter Kannemeyer, 12 Golf, also in Class E. I don't know if I did see a 12 car out there. It's a silver color car just ahead of Large and van Niekerk.
It used to be silver and gold before. I think it's just plain silver now.
Yeah, that's the 3 cars to watch in Class E. Right, lights are on. Stand by wherever you find yourself at home. We're about to go. Midas Clubman's Saloon Car Racing. The moment the lights go off, it's hammer time, and away they go. As look at Nias Modak, what a run through the field, and one of those boxy BMWs slowing right down as they go to turn 1. The brake lights come on. They have to just keep it nicely 2-3 abreast out of turn 1 out of Holzoek. Well done, guys and girls. Lovely. Out of turn number 1 they go. Working the way up the Jabir straight, and it's Imad Modak. It sits out there in P1. Nias Modak is second. On his outside is Ahmad. Rassi Harris taking the very wider line. The gate is left wide open there for Cody Alberts. Alberts has a go, and look at Ahmad. He just powers away from Alberts as they work their way into turn 3 Interceptor corner.
Johnson was good off the line, but then got blocked, couldn't go any further. Fell back a couple of positions through holes and couldn't get a gap as they went up the Joubert Straight. He's looking a lot quicker than the position that he's in right now. But while it just hasn't worked out for the first couple of corners as they get the hammer down, it's Baby Jakes that's looking good. The leading of the Class B cars, the 42 car, they're up in 5th position.
Running down the back straight towards a turn 5. Into Fastron corner they go. It is Imad and Nias Modek that are sitting first and second. Ahmad. He's leading that second group of cars. Here the two Modeks come down towards us. Who's now in P1? It is Nias Modek that leads across the line from Imad Modek in that second position, followed by Ahmad. Daniel Kutsia sits there on the outside of Cody Alberts with a big lockup going down into turn number 1. That could have been Vicky Paitha that might have locked up there. However, the leaders are working their way out of turn number 2.
I think that was the third car in Class B. That was Smith that did the lockup going down into holes. But a couple of people that's pushing hard to get through the pack as they work their way now down towards turn number 3. Look at that. It's going to be the two Modeks from Ahmad, Cody Alberts, 4th in Class A, ahead of Johnson that looked very quick. And Razzie Harris is down in 9th position. So nowhere near where he would like to and where we would have expected to be, just ahead of Roshan Khan.
We've got somebody slowing right down on the Tigerberg Straight. Cannot see from here who it is. It might be Noel Stunder. I'm not too sure about that. The car's pretty far away from us.
Oh, the white polo.
As they go down into a turn number 5, Fastron corner. The two Modek sitting out there in P1 and P2 at this point in time. Here they come down towards us. Through the gearbox they go. As they come up towards us, let's have a look, see who's sitting out there in P1. It is Nias Modek from Imad Modek, and here comes Ahmad trying to split the Modeks as they make their way through turn number 1. Alex Johnson is in there with that Red Bull Racing Audi right there with him. We have got Cody Alberts coming through on the inside of Cody Alberts is Daniel Kutsia. Raxi Harris is in the house as well. So is Baby Jakes and Roshan Khan. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them in one hell of a fight as they make their way through the kink and head into turn 3 interceptor.
Well, contact there with the inside of Alex Johnson by one of the Beamers that came through. And Johnson that was doing very well. In fact, he was up into the front 3 and he got work towards the outside. He slowed it right down. You'll probably find that he's got a flat wheel or something similar on that motor car. So he was into the tires in heat number 1. Didn't work for him for heat number 2. But look at this train going down the back main. Roshan Khan trying to hold on to that train. It's a long time ago that we last saw the front end of the pack that tight. 1 minute 23.266. Alex Johnson on that last lap before the contact with him. But look at this. They're trying to make sure that they don't bust out, but you've got to keep on trucking because there's a whole group of cars behind you. It's the two Modeks that are at the front of the pack. Look at this. Razzie Harris has got in. Razzie Harris is in there. He's got Daniel Kutsia on the inside line. There is nowhere to go. That can very easily turn to tears. It's just too many cars in too small an area.
I've in my life never seen anything like this before. Out here at Killarney, have a look at this. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's about 12 of them going one-on-one up the Joubert Straight. Into turn number 2 they go now. Working their way out of turn 2. It's still the Modeks that sit P1 and 2 from here. It looks like it's Imad Modek. That's out there in P1 from Nias Modek. Daniel Kutsia. He's right up in that 3rd place, and it's Raxi Harris that sits out there in P4. Roshan Khan has made his way through. Ahmad's dropped all the way down. Baby Jakes is in there as well. Vicky Paitha has joined that party. Cody Alberts is in there, and Shane Smith. What a fight down the back straight towards turn 5 Fastron.
Razzie Harris puts the hammer down, and Modek just blasts it up on the inside. Khan doesn't have the same kind of pace as what they've got in the straight line, but he's very quick through the tight bits, 2 abreast down into Fastron corner they go. Can the Modeks hold out the rest of the pack and not do too quicker lap times that they bust out of the class? That is the question that's going to be answered in 6 laps from now. Look at this. There comes underneath the Mad Max motorcycle bridge. They're jumping and changing positions. Ahmad almost into the right rear door of Razzie Harris. And it's going to be chaos. It's going to happen sooner or later. And, well, it has happened.
Well, I said, Vicky Paith also taking
Razzie
the
also
job.
spins it as well. He's just behind the building. We can't see him from here. And then I think it's Vicky Paith, Frankie, on the exit of turn number 1 that went off. Too many cars, too small an area. Cody Albert's bird's eye view. Got to watch that in-car camera operation.
Well, bumpers being shed there, lying on the exit on the outside of turn number 2 as Razzie Harris pulls the Golf off onto the oval track. Oh man, there was 12 of them. You knew it was going to give sometime. Sooner or later, you were hoping it wasn't going to happen. But there was nowhere to go. You can't go 3 abreast through turn 1. It's not going to work. Now, down the back main, who's in P1? It's Daniel Kutsia from Imusat Modak in that second place. All of a sudden in P3, it's Baby Jakes, and then Shane Smith sits out there in that 4th place. He's ahead of Ahmad as they roll down the back main. Roshan Khan is on the inside of Cody Alberts as they work their way out of turn 5 Fastron.
Cody Alberts right onto the top lip of the exit of Fastron corner. Wow, what an amazing race this has been up until now. The first time they've opened up, it's Modak from Sear, from Jacobs, from Smith, Ahmad, Cody Alberts the next man to come through. Roshan Khan, the leading Class C car. He's only got Franco that's also in Class C with him, a long way down. So he can just go out there and go and have fun. He doesn't have to worry whatsoever. So from the 2 Modaks being right at the front, it's now 1st and 11th place for the Modaks.
Well, it's a whole group of cars coming out of turn number 2, and there's another group of cars going down into turn number 1. Devaltron is in that group going into turn number 1. So was Robert Franco. It's a whole lot. There's about 7, 8, 9 of them into that group. Vicky Paitha, that's in that group as well after he ran wide, but Paitha slowing right down. Now, I want to have a look-see because that Class E dice will probably be in that lot as well. I do pick up Ryan Lodge in that group. Then it's 2 cars. Then I see Kiara van Niekerk, and they are sitting 1 and 2 in that class, in Class E, as that whole group of cars work their way through the kink and make their way into turn 3 Interceptor. Gordon Harris has got a problem. He's got a major smash up on the front, the right-hand side of that Golf.
Well, the right-hand side fender's dropped down and that's dragging on the ground. I think the right rear tyre has gone flat on that motor car as well. But completing another lap is Modak Kutsia, Jacobs and Smith. Modak leading out Class A from Ahmad and Cody Alberts. That's the only 3 Class A cars out there. Class B is Kutsia from Jacobs, and Smith finds himself this time in 3rd position in Class C is Roshan Khan from Franco. There's only 2 of them out there. Class D, I think that is the 39 of Jacobs, is the lead car there. And then F is Vicky Paitha, and then Franco in there behind that. Class E, yes, it is large. Then there's 2 cars, and then it's Van Niekerk, and 1 Class E in the first race, and then for Kale in there behind that.
Well, what a rumble. Gary Smith making his way towards turn number 2, and then you've got Devaltron, Noel Stander, then Robert Franco is in there as well, and then I see Ryan Lodge. He's just ahead of David Franco going into turn number 2 with Kiara van Niekerk in that group as well. That's that fight for Class D and Class E. That's making its way through there as the leading cars, Gary, I'm trying to pick them up. I've been watching that group of cars going into Interceptor corner. I think the leaders will probably taking their way past us pretty soon.
Yep, they just came through underneath us now, and sure, what a frenetic pace and the number of passing maneuvers. So many cars that have got damage on them and bits and pieces of bodywork that's off, front bumpers that have disappeared and disintegrated, parts that's hanging off numerous motor cars. A lot of guys, 3-4 cars running around slowly just trying to pick up some points for the day. And well, the next time the leaders come through will be for the last lap of this race.
Right, so the leader is going down the back straight. There he goes. That's Nias Modak making his way down the back straight towards turn 5. And Imusat Modak is out there in that second position. Then here comes Daniel Kutsia. He's got Baby Jakes right there with him for company as they put a lap on one of the slower golfs. Then Cody Alberts is right there. Behind him, Shane Smith and Ahmad, followed there by Roshan Khan and Anwar Levy. Right behind Anwar Levy, we've got a slower car. Then we've got Paul Minnick coming through, followed there by Willie Swart.
Wow, I tell you what a dice it is. So our lead car as well, Rasli Harris is still working his way around and working his way around very slowly. The smoke is starting to come off that front tyre now, and it looks like the back tyre is flat as well, waving white flags as they come down past us. Imusat Modak in Class A from Cody Alberts, Baby Jakes from Daniel Kutsia, and Shane Smith in Class B.
Well, it's all happening out there. Heading now towards turn number 3 is your race leader. The Modaks are sitting P1 and P2. It's Nias Modak from Imusat Modak sitting 1 and 2. Working their way up the Tigerberg Straight towards turn number 4. Car Care Clinic. They've got a couple of back markers. There's Baby Jakes. Baby Jakes puts her lap on that Golf heading down into turn number 4 into Car Care Clinic. As you watch the Modaks run down the back straight, here comes Baby Jakes. Baby Jakes and Daniel Kutsia has got Cody Alberts right there with him down the back main. It's Daniel Kutsia, Cody Alberts 1-on-1 down the back main, and Shane Smith has scored up to the back end of Ahmad, and right there with him as well as Roshan Khan as they head into turn 5 Fastron.
Imusat Modak coming up towards the checkered flag, minus the better part of the front end of that motor car. Baby Jakes second overall. Is it possible? Can he make it to the line? Baby Jakes. Wow, can you believe it? A Class B car coming through in second overall. So it's Modak from Alberts in Class A, and then Ahmad, Baby Jakes from Daniel Kutsia, and Shane Smith in Class B. Class C, Roshan Khan from Franco. Class D is probably looking to be the 39 car that's going to be coming through there in the lead, and that's Anton Jacobs. And then the 69 of David Franco in there behind him, and then the 95 of Gasperi. That will be the Class D battle. The Class E battle, Ryan Lodge beating out there on Kiara van Niekerk, and then the 167 Alpha Kale coming through behind that. And sure, what can I say? Amazing stuff. Class F, Frenton from van Niekerk.
Right, so the rest of the Clubman's cars. Here comes Ryan Lodge across the line, and here comes Kiara van Niekerk, and they will finish first and second in that E class. David Franco was in that group with them as well, but yeah, Class E was won there by Ryan Lodge, with the Kiara van Niekerk finishing there in that second position. Well, Razik Harris determined to finish his race in that very super quick double 6 Golf, busy falling apart, and
I think
I'm just led to believe that because he didn't pull off Gary when he got what we call the Japanese flag. I was just informed here by our radio man, by Tiny, that he was black flagged out of the race.
Oh, so that effort to pick up some points didn't work. Wow, what an interesting Mike's Place Clubmans Saloons Race number 2 for the day in these rainy conditions. Still pulling 40 entrants out there on circuit. Class A, B, C, D, E and F. Only Class C that's a bit thin on the ground. Everybody else a full complement of cars. Sure, Mike's Place Clubman's going places, no doubt.
A lot of highlights of that situation in turn 1. That was Modak that spun it. That's Harris, you see, that was going off there as well. All sorts of drama. Replays, that is Razik Harris coming past us with the half of the front end of that car that's